Guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the Python functions from A to Z. This video will make all the concepts clear about the Python functions. So hello everybody, my name is Ayush and without any further delay, let's get started. So now let's discuss about the functions concept. So here there are two checkpoints. A function is a block of code that can run whatever it's called by the main function. For example, data or arguments can be passed to the function and also be returned from the function. So what do you mean by this? So this means that there's something called as functions, and this, what does this function do? This function, like it does, you write a set of codes and you don't want to repeat that particular code again and again. You can store that whole code inside a variable which is called as functions. Let's look into it. So to define a function, you need to write def for define, and you should name the function my underscore function, and here open brackets parentheses and give a colon, and here what you need to do exactly, print, and what you need to print here, let's write hello world. Okay, so here you can define my function, print hello world, run this, and then let's check what's inside my function. Run this cell, and it's here you can see it's showing my it's a function, it's a type of function. You need to give a parenthesis, run it, and here you will get hello world. You should not miss this parenthesis. If you miss it, here it will show function main, and what is this exactly. So here you need to give a parenthesis so that you can understand what is this. So the next thing here, so this was a very easy example. You can say me that we can use this in a variable as well. You can create a variable like x is equals to, and here you can feed the value hello world, and run this, and let's check what inside the x. Run this and you'll get hello world. But this example was a easy one, so you're feeling it's easy, but it's very powerful concept, because we can do lots and lots of things in a moving it's moving video. So let's create a function that takes that squares a value which we give. So example, we need to give a value to the function, and then it's going to square the value. So to do that, you need to call the function which is define what squared, let's keep it as squared. So you can give it any name you like, and then here x, same like the loop, return. Now this return means that after I define what it needs to return, so here we write return. So we need to return x. Here what we are going to mention, x square. Run this, and it's successfully run. Then next thing, we are going to put this whole thing inside a variable which is output equals to, and let's give it squared. And now here we need to give the value of the square. So now what we need to square it, here like example, we need to find the square of 4. So run this. So once we run this, output equals to 16. So 16 4 square is 16. So here if we enter any value, like example, if we put 10 and run this, here 100, if you change the value anything you like to, run this 4. So here whatever you write will affect here, because we have added this in the output variable. So this whole thing is inside a variable. Next thing is we need to do multiplication. So here to define a function of multiplication, multiply, define multiply. Here let's put the value of x colon, and here return, and what we need to return here, we need to return x times 10. So here x, whatever value we are going to write, will be multiplied tens. Run this, and let's check multiply here, and let's put here 10. Run this 10 times 10 is 100. 2 times 10 is 20. So here if we write any value, this will work. So the next thing is we need to check the formatting function inside the formatting function works in the functions. So again define my underscore function, let's give it an example function, and here we need to write the age. We are going to predefine the age is 20. So now here what we were doing, we are writing a x, and here we were changing it, but here we are predefining the value which is age equals to 20. Not miss the colon, enter, print, and here we need to print. So here I am something years old. Let's change this to small letters O dot format, and here let's open parentheses, and here we need to write age because here we were writing the age as 20. Age spelling age, and then run this, and then now let's check my function, what is inside my function, and here we need to write any type of age which we like, because here we wrote 20. 20 is a base. If you don't write anything, this will automatically take 20, but here if we write 60 example and run this, here I am 60 years old. If I change this to 13, run this, I am 13 years old. So this is what we are going to here if you change the value here, or else if you leave it blank, it will be the base value which we have set here, which is 20. So the next thing we need to do is summation. So here we are again defining a function which is summation. Here summation x equals 100 and y equals 0. So y is 0 colon, and here we need to write return x plus y. We are writing x plus y. Run this. This was a base value here, so we can change it anytime we like. The same example here, summation, and here we need to give 2 values, not 1, 2 values. So 2 values will, let's take example 3 and 8. So it's going to add 3 and 8 because this x is equals to 3 and y will be equal to 8. Run this. Here it's coming 11. We change it to 20, and here 20. Run this, 40. So this was an example of summation. Now let's go a little bit deeper on defining a function related to strings. So here again define, and what we need to define, greetings. Let's take a greetings underscore functions. So here I'm creating a greeting type and name, and here greetings. So here we are going to write a name and a greetings. So what example we are going to write, Sam, I wish you happiness, or Sam, I wish you wealth. So in this format we are going to write, first will come the name, then the greetings. Now what we need to do, print, and here we need to print the value. Example, happy new year to somebody. Let's give this total bracket, and here let me give this, and next I'm going to write, giving a comma, I wish you, and here I'm going to write something. Again dot format function, and here I'm going to write what will be the name and the greetings. Pass along. We are pass along the name and we are pass along the greetings. Run this, and then greetings underscore functions, it should be the same thing. And then here we're going to give 2 values, which is the name and then the greeting. Let's take Sam I wish you, and then what do we need to wish? Greetings. Let us take happiness. Run this. So here, Happy New Year, Sam. I wish you happiness. And if I change this to wealth, I wish you wealth. Or if I change it to healthy life, this will be Happy New Year. I wish Happy New Year, Sam. I wish you a healthy life. So this was more about the strings. Then next thing we are going to do is like we are going to put a value, a number, and that will give us the value of the pi. Like it's going to give us the circumference and the area and the radius. So to do that, define circle, because this will be the function. Here radius we are going to pass r, and then we need to return some values. Return will be, and here we are going to write, we are returning totally 3 values. First 2 times r, because that will be the diameter. Then will be the pi's value, which is 3.14 times r, and then square. So here this is a kind of formula. Let me give a space for better understanding. Let me give a space in r and a space in there. So this is a kind of formula. Run this, and then the circle, let's copy paste it here. Here I'm going to write the circles. What is the radius? So let's take radius as, let's take 2. Run this. 4 and 12.56. Here this if you calculate this will be 12.56, and here the radius will be 4, a diameter will be 4. So this was all about the brief information about the functions, what is functions, how to use it, and how to define them. We gave a couple of examples. For the built-in functions, we have already discussed about the custom functions, how to create it, how to define each and everything. Hope you have understood this. If you did not, re-watch the video. So now we are going to discuss about the built-in functions. The Python interpreter has a number of functions and types built into that are always available. They are listed here in alphabetical order. Here they are listed. You can just take one screenshot of it. So here I can't explain all of them, or else this video will become very long. But the main ones which are very important, I'm going to explain it for you. But like example, you need to know what is this hash. So you can just open Google, and here you can search for hash in Python. Enter, and here you'll get different types of documentations. You can click one of them and you can read out through them, because I can't explain each and everything, but those which are important I'm going to explain you. So let's create X list, and here let's put some value. Let's put 4, 5, 1, 2, 8, and let's put again 5. Next let's create Y, and this will be a list, and that will have a range and from 1 to 7. Run this. Object is okay. Here is the error. Okay, here I need to give a parenthesis, not a square bracket. Here, and the last one. Run this. Okay, so it's been created. Let's view our Y. Run this, and let's view our X and Y. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6 4 5, this we have already discussed in our lists part. So now let me pick one of these. So let me pick len. So what does this len does? This length gives us the length of the list. So if I write the length of Y, run this, so this will give the length of Y, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6. That means how many characters are there in this Y? That only 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Next thing is minimum, min, and here if we write something like example X, let me write, so it will give me the minimum value of this X. So in this minimum value is Y 1 obviously. And next thing is max. Max is used for the max values. So max of x, let's take run this 8, because in this whole list 8 is the largest number. And then next thing is this tuple. Here it's somewhere here, yes, here tuple. So here tuple converts a list into a tuple. So a tuple z is equals to tuple of x. Now it's an immutable Python object, so the Python objects can't be repeated. Now if I print z, here here it's a z, and then let's check the type of z, and here it will show tuple. X will remain same, x will remain same, x will not be changed, just it's create a duplicate tuple. Next thing is a sum. So let's print the sum of x. Run this 25. So what does this do? Like example, here x is there, here it takes all the values and sum it up. Now this is what the sum function does. Next, if we do for the same thing as y, I change this to y, run this will give the same thing, 21. Then next again you can do this as well, print x plus y, and this will print x plus y. So now not the addition, like it just adds this up and adds this up and gives the answer. Here like it will be x plus y, that it just takes this x added with this y. Now if you want this whole thing plus this whole thing, just a small change, here you need to write sum. So here I should open a parenthesis, here write sum, and here close the parenthesis, run this, and you'll get the whole. So what does this do? Just adds up this everything and everything in this list and adds it up. So next thing is kind of a loop. So here I need to write, let's create two lists, my underscore list underscore 1 equals to, let's give a couple of numbers, 1, 3 and 5, and enter. Let me copy this, name it as 2 equals to, here some numbers, let's take 8, 2 and 9. Enter. Now here is a loop, for loop for I and j in. Now here comes the zip command, zip. So I'm going to explain this once the code runs. So zip, what we need to zip, my underscore list underscore 1 and my underscore list underscore 2, the two values, enter, and here let me print it, and here let me write I plus j, run this, here 9, 5 and 14. So what does this zip function do? So this zip function actually it creates an iterator. So what does it do? 8 plus 1, first element and the first element, sum it up, which is 9, then 3 plus 2, sum it up, which is 5, 5 and 9, sum it up, which is 14. So kind of it takes first elements and second element and adds it up. So the next thing here we need to do is let's create a name underscore list, and here we are going to use the zip function in a more elaborative way. Here I'm going to give some names, because here I need to give some name. Here let me give and then Mitch, and then channel Steve, and let me give Sam. Okay, so here a bunch of names, and let me give enter, and greetings underscore list equals to, and here let me give some greetings like happiness, and let me give success, and then love, and then health, and uh, let's take wealth. So I give couple of greetings and some names. Here I'm going to create a for loop for I and j in zip, and here I'm going to give name underscore list and greetings underscore list. So here name underscore list and greeting underscore list colon and enter, then greetings underscore functions for greeting underscore function, and here I and j, I and here let's give j. Okay, so run this. Here spelling is okay. So here in our last example we have, let's go back a little bit. When we created our function, we created greeting underscore function. So I'm going to call this again because again and again writing. So I'm going to give this here, run this, and here everything. So why did I take this? Because I have created it already. You can write it fresh, you can write this part freshly, but yes, I have already written it, so I have called it back. So your name, your greetings, and here it runs a loop like it prints happy new year, and it takes Lila, I wish you, then first happiness. So this will add up with this will add up with this and this and this and this and this. So this just adds each and every element of the list. So this was a couple of built-in functions. Now I was not able to cover all the functions, but these was the main functions. And if you want to know any other functions, you can just read out the documentations. So the next thing which we are going to discuss is about the lambda expressions. What is this lambda expressions? So lambda function is a way to create small anonymous functions without a name. So when I say anonymous, it means that it's without a name. So there is no name to the expression. Lambda functions are mainly used with filter, map, and reduce. This we are going to cover in our upcoming video. It can take any number of arguments, but only can have one expressions. So what do we mean by this? So basically let me create a function, define a function, my underscore function, and here I will give x, and here I'm going to give colon, and it will return me x times square, x square, then my underscore function. Let me give a value to it. Let's take 3, run this, and 9. So this is the normal way to do this, but how can we do this exact same thing in using lambda expressions? So we are going to use here lambda expressions. This is lambda expressions, and this I'm going to give it a name. This is the regular method, So lambda expressions here we are going to give the enter, and to do this, like first we need to write lambda, this is the function. So I'll send you x, and you need to give me x square. This means that I'm going to send you x value, and you need to square it each and every time. So now that as we have discussed here, lambda functions is a way to create small anonymous functions. So So anonymous means without a name, so there is no name to it, but we need to give the name to it so that we can call it. So that we are going to add this inside a variable called as y. Run this and let's check what's inside y, and y we need to give a value first. So x value, let's take example 10. Run this 100. You should not leave it like alone y, because it will give you a function main lambda or the simple like this, because this will give you error. So you need to fix a value of x. So this particular line is no way connected to this. So this is particular different example, and this is a different example. This and this is no way connected. So this whole thing can be brought you by in this one single line. So let's get into some couple of examples. Like example, let's define a summation. Define a summation of x, y, and z. Here x, y, and z, and let's give a colon here and return. It need to return x plus y plus z. Run this summation, some couple of values 1, 2, 3. Run this, give 6. So this is the regular method which we use. So how can you do this in the lambda? We are going to create a variable result, and here lambda, and here I'm going to write x, y, and z. And this x, y, z, I'm saying Python that I'm going to give you x, y, z, and you need to result me x plus y plus z. Run this everything inside the result. Here same thing I'm going to pass 2 and 3, and here the same answer 6. So one last example to conclude the lambda expressions. So here again we can just a little bit of refinement. Let's create another result equals to lambda and x and y, and then this x and y I'm going to give you x and y and return me x times y. So this for multiplication, and here colon, and run this and result. What's inside the result? 10, and let's take another 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So this was all about the lambda expressions. Lambda functions is a way to create a small anonymous functions without a name. So there will be no name, as you can see, but I put this whole thing inside a variable so it gets a name. And then this filter and map I'm going to cover after this lambda, and it can take any number of arguments but only have one expression. It can take n number of arguments, but only it can give one expressions. Now we are going to discuss about the filter function. We are going to use this filter with lambda expressions. So this filter is used to filter a particular thing inside a list. So let's take an example wherein my list equals to, okay, here let me give it in small. My list equals to, and here let me put a couple of numbers, 10, 50, 40, and then 3, the next 9, 14, and let me give 2, and let me give another example. Let's take 6. So here my list is ready. Now here I'm going to create out equals to, here I'm going to write list and filter, which is a new thing, filter, and here what we need to filter a lambda expression. So what should it need to filter? I'll send you x, and you need to x mod 2 equals 0. If this holds true, you need to go ahead. Here you need to write from where it needs to get the data. So it need to get the data from my underscore list. So here it it creates a list out, it creates a list, add a filter option, then lambda, then we should give, it will take x, and then this is the function which is used for to get even numbers separated, and once it gets separated, add it in my out list. If not, then leave and proceed to the next number. So here I'm going to run this, and here we have error. Write my underscore list equals 0x. Okay, so this whole particular thing should be, this thing should be inside parentheses. Equals 0, x naught 2 equals 0. Okay, so we missed out this parentheses, and finally let's print out, run this, and here 10, 50, 40, 14, 2, 6 has come out. 10 it's an even, 50 it's an even, 40 it's an even, 3 is a odd, 9 is a odd, 14 is even, 2 is even, 6 is even. So 3 and 9 has been separated from this list. We use the filter option. So next thing, let's create a my underscore list equals to, and here I'm going to write a couple of ages. Let's create a list and a range. Range will be from 1 year to, let's take 20 years. Run this. My underscore list is created. So next thing, from the age we need to take out which are let's keep this to, let's take 30. Run this. Okay, so here I'm going to create another variable which is out equals to list, and then filter, and then lambda, and then x. So I'll give you x, and you give me x is this equal to 21, and then after this I'm going to give my underscore list, and then enter print out. So here what does this do? If it is greater than, or if any number from this list is greater than or equal to 21, so this is going to print and put it inside this out list. This my underscore list, let me paste this here. So it's from number from 1 to 29 because it's up to excluding. Here let me cancel this out, and here it's giving all the numbers which are greater than or equal to 21. So this was all about. So now let's discuss about the map function. This is the last function. So the map function takes in a function and a list. The function perform an operation on an entire list and return the list results in a new list. So what do we mean by this? So first thing which we are going to do is to create the function, define a function. So let's say define summation here, and a, let's add here a and b, and here I want to return and return, and here return a plus b. So here I want to return a plus b. Let's run this. Then let's put some a and b. There is nothing here, so I need to put some list. So a is equals to, and I'm going to put some numbers 1, 4, and next 1, 4. Let's take 5, 6. It's a different number 9. B equals to, and then let's put some more numbers 1, 7, 9, 12. Let's put again 7. run this, A and B. So what does this map function do? It takes a function and a list and put it inside another list. So I'm going to create a variable which is C, and here I'm going to write list, now list, and now map. And map, it's need to summation, to do the summation, which is this function, summation, and then A and then B. So what will this do? This will go take one element which is 1, and then take another element, add it, put it in the list which is C. The next 4 plus 7, then add it, put it in this list. Let's run this, and run this, and let's view C. So here you can see 2, 11, 14, 18 and 16. 1 plus 1, 2, 4 plus 7, 11, 5 plus 9, 14, 6 plus 12, 18, 9 plus 7, 16. So next thing which we are going to use, we are going to use lambda functions. So yeah, I'm going to write my underscore list equals to list one. Let's put a list of range from 1 to 5. So run this and let's check what is inside my list. Paste this, run this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is here, and then I'm going to create out underscore list, and here I'm going to add list map, and then let's put lambda. Here I'm going to use the lambda function which we have already discussed. So I'm going to give you x, and you need to take x and square the value. Actually it's going to square the value of this, square it, and after squaring this will be totally my, here in the lambda part to just here my underscore list. Run this, thing looks fine. 1, 4, 9 and 16. So basically it has taken 1, square it, 2, square it, 3, square it, 4, square it. So this is all about the map function. Let's revise what we have done so far. First we have discussed about the functions, how to define them, couple of examples. So these were the custom functions which we created. Some are built-in functions. So here are some built-in functions. The main ones have been covered, and if you want to read any different things you can read the documentations, links are given below. And then the next thing is lambda expressions. So here lambda expression, how to define a lambda expression, what is lambda expressions. Then lambda expression can be used in two ways, filter and map. So this filter filters out a particular numbers or elements from a list and add it to another list, and map just adds up the first element and the second element, just like the built-in functions. So that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.